Theater. You looked up crack den, and this is what came up, huh? It's pretty cool. How'd you hear about Villain Theater? Sherry, thank you so much, Sherry. You know what? You're down as fuck. You know? You're one of the villain allies. Thank you so much, Sherry. Give it up for Sherry. She's cool as hell. This lady right here cuts my hair. Give it up for her. Pay her. She's amazing. Oh my God, you guys don't know what that means to me. Thank you. How you doing over here? You guys from Miami? California. Oh, from California. Cool. What brought you over here? No coronavirus over here. Yeah, it doesn't exist. What do you guys? Are you celebrating something?
No, I just have a couple weeks off from school.
Awesome. Oh, you're going to school. Where are you going to school?
School of dentistry in San Francisco.
Damn, girl, you're gonna be like rich and successful. And you came to a comedy show where everything is the opposite. So thank you all. Check out your tables. There's a QR code on the tables, and you can have lovely, gorgeous Micah with his little young, taut skin bring you a drink. And you don't even have to get up from your table because we care about the service here at Villain Theater. Give it up for the bartenders. Yes. If you haven't tried one of the drinks, I highly recommend them. They got the little and it's fun to watch and listen to. Anybody here for, let's see, Monique Marvez? Yes, that's what I thought. Monique Marvez is like my mom if I didn't have hypothyroidism, you know what I mean? Like we would be the exact same person, you know what I mean? But it's my thyroid, you know, Hispanic culture. Any thickies in the house? Self-identify, please. Yes, clap it up, girl. Yes, thank you. Solidarity, right? Thank you so much. You know, people didn't give a fuck about thickies until like 2014 when Drake was like, oh, BBW, blah, blah, blah. What about me? What about my whole life as a little papa rellena, right? What about that? Shit sucks. You know what? If you bullied a girl between the years 1995 and 2014, you need to Venmo, Cash App, PayPal her the dollar equivalent of her weight, okay? And there has been a pandemic, so add $30. All right? Are we ready to get things started? This is a comedy show. Make some noise! Scream it out! All right, this next woman is one of the fiercest ladies I've ever met. Certainly one of the best comedians in all of South Florida. Trinidad and Tobago's finest. Give it up for Cindy Ann Boisson.
I wanna ride, I do a giggle.
I just want to give you guys my Cash App so you could send that money. You send me $180. She said add 30, right? No one is taking it down. No? Okay, maybe not. How are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, guys, let me tell you. I want to tell you about myself tonight. I hope you don't mind. I'm selfish like that. I moved here January 1st, 2010. Uninvited. No one invited me here. But I had to. I did it for my son, you know, because as parents, that's what we do. You know, any parents in the house tonight? You barely have the energy. You're like, yeah, whatever. Because we do that, right? We sacrifice our lives for our kids, and I did it. For my son, we moved here because he was a swimmer, and he wanted to earn himself a swim scholarship. And boy, we did it. We did it. He swam himself to a scholarship in New York City, right? Oh my gosh. And I remember people were so they were so concerned about my well-being, like my friends and my family. They were like, Cindy Ann, I don't know, but you're gonna experience something called empty nest syndrome. And I had no idea I didn't know what it was. I was confused that they were saying a nest. I'm like, I don't live in a fucking nest. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why are they saying that? Why not something like more relatable, like, you know, the full refrigerator syndrome, you know, the empty bedroom that I could now use as my study/gym syndrome. You know what I mean? Something that kind of relates. And I Googled it. And I was like, first of all, do you guys, animals who live in a nest? They don't have that. You know, like birds. Do you know that after birds have their young, you think birds grieve when their young fly the nest? You think? They don't give a damn. They don't even recognize them in the sky. They can't. They all look the same. They don't know who their kids are. Turtles don't give a shit either. They find an appropriate nest, you know, and they lay their eggs, and then they never see their young ones ever again. Or maybe they do, but they don't know. They all look the same. They look the fucking same. You know, and here I am. I gave this guy 18 years of my life so that he could learn to swim and earn himself a swim scholarship. You think I give a fuck if he could fly or not? I don't care. I don't care. You know? I don't know. And then he left. And the first year, because I liked him at that, I still liked him. You know, back then, I still kind of liked him. I didn't know better. I didn't think he would turn out to be this piece of shit that he is today. That's what happens with kids, right? I liked him. I was like, oh my God, his first year was so tough for both of us. Oh my gosh, like he would call me 15, 20 times a day. And then he would visit. Like each time. Each break, winter break, spring break, heartbreak. I was like, look, you need to toughen up. This is not good for either of us. And so I changed my phone number and address. Because I had to. You know what I mean? Oh boy, and he was dating this really nice girl and they broke up. And he called and I was like, well, it's your fault. Because you seem to be dating the same girl. I mean, when are you going to learn? And when I say the same girl, I mean the same. He has a type. He clearly has a type. He seems to love girls whose parents are alive. Especially their mom. And I'm selfish. Look, I'm a paternal grandma. And I know my place. Any paternal grandparents here? No? Well, let me tell you what happens to us. We're the ones who don't get told the theme for the wedding. You know what I mean? Maternal, you know, the wife's mom, she gets there, she's all dressed in whatever the theme is. And then the groom mom walking with red, and she's like, what the fuck? We know nothing. We get called Mimi and Mama and Mumu and shit. Meanwhile, the maternal grandma is called Glammy and Grammy, and they get invited to recital and shit. I'm like, find yourself a nice girl whose mother is dead. You know, that way I show up. You know, she's had a brutal life. Her mom died when she was like 7, 8 months old. She had a fucked up foster care, and I come in, and I'm like, oh, you know. I saved the day, right? You guys are like, oh my God, I didn't think it was going to be this hard tonight. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. And so now it's just my husband and I alone at home. Oh my God, and let me tell you. Yes, there is nothing. Keep it going. Are you guys married? Is this a couple? Oh my God, marriage. Marriage. Marriage is exhausting. It's exhausting. I'm real, because people give you shitty advice when you get married. They're like, don't go to bed angry with your spouse. Like, really? What about not letting my spouse go to bed when I am angry? What about that? Can we strike that deal? Can we strike that deal? And they tell you stupid things too. They're like, don't turn the lights off before resolving an issue. Like, really? So now I'm exhausted, I'm angry, and I have an exorbitant light bill. I have not slept in 2 decades. It's been 2 decades. No, but now it's just him and I alone at home, and I've learned that there's nothing like spending time with someone, you know, that you love, to realize that you married the wrong man. Like, it sort of creeps up on you, you know? Oh my God, marriage. Do you know your spouses? Do you know his love language? It's so important, right? It is. It is important. For communication, it's the key. You have to understand each other. And I know my husband's love language. It's home improvement. Is that your love language as well? He's like, I get it. I get it. He's into construction, and let me tell you, I know what I need to say to get the shit I need to get. You know what I mean? I'm like, babes, can you clean the lint out of my dryer tonight? Right? I know what needs to happen. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little frisky, I'm like, yo, can we do that tongue and groove? You know, can you pong that nail in my 2x4x8? Like, can we get it on? Like, can we get it on? I know what to do. I know, and he knows when I say to him, tonight is a DIY kind of fucking night. He knows exactly what to do. He's like, I get it. I get it. Next month, we actually celebrate 21 years of marriage. 21 years. I know. And people ask me all the time, they're like, oh my God, how did you guys do it? I'm like, I did it very unwillingly. The time just creeps up on you, right? And when we just got married, we kept it very traditional. Like, we gave each other, like the first year, they say you give each other paper. You know, they have all these traditions, right? And so we gave each other paper. The second year, we gave each other leather, because that's what you do. And then the years just kept on going. And then marriage is really just a series of arguments. You know what I mean? Marriage is just one argument after the other. And then, you know, you just keep at it. And then somebody gets bored of losing eventually. And you move on to find a worthy opponent. Well, some people who can't take the heat, but not us. We stayed. And then last year, we got to our 20th year, and we were like, look, let's do something special. And so we did. We Googled it, we did some research, and we realized for the 20th year, it's paper as well. How long have you guys been married? Okay, he's like, I mean, we said we were a couple that, not to each other, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, this is going to ruin the night. I'm sorry, I'm not going to ruin. It's been a long time. Oh my gosh. All right. 20 plus, I like 20 plus. Let's hear it, 20 plus years. They are not including the years where they argued. They're like, let's not count that in. But it happens, right? We got to 20 years and we realized it's paper again. And we were like, okay, let's do it. And so we gave each other divorce papers. We did. We haven't used it. Because when it's a good gift like that, you tend not to use it right away. You know what I mean? Great gifts you put on the side and you're like, you just remind each other. You're like, don't forget that gift. Don't forget I have that gift that I could give to you anytime. You know what I mean? I know. Man, I moved here. I recently got my citizenship. I did. Oh my God, I did. I got it. Oh my gosh, what a process, right, guys? You went through this. You are? Oh my gosh. Let's hear it from my Trini sister. Welcome. Isn't it funny when I don't know about you, whenever I say I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, people get really excited. Like most times. They're like, what? No way. Oh my gosh. Did you say Trinidad and Tobago? No way. You did. I've been to Jamaica for spring break. I'm like, bitch, that. I'm like, I've been to Jamaica. I'm like, yo, but that has nothing to do. What the fuck? I'm like, why? Why are we here? Do you understand what communication is? It's things that make fucking sense. You know? I'm from Trinidad. I'm from Maraval. Oh, this is getting one-on-one. Do you mind? Did you guys? Do you mind if I get? I am, and then I get. Usually, I used to get angry when people did that. Now I'm like, you know what? I get it, because not everyone knows. You know, some people get confused. So I set it straight, and I use it as a teachable moment. I'm like, look, I get it, but I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. It's a twin island republic that produced the very first black Miss Universe ever. That's right. Yeah. We have the best carnival in the world. We do. And I'm not speaking cruise ships, ma'am. You seem a little. I'm not speaking cruise ships. I'm speaking like Mardi Gras. Think parties. Think, you know what I mean? Think Rio de Janeiro. Think Brazil, but without the syphilis. We don't have. We've never had the syphilis, you know? Yeah, so I got my citizenship recently. And I'll tell you what a process, man. Let me tell you, for those of you who are here, who are thinking about getting your citizenship, listen, I have the scoop. They make you take an oath to tell the truth, and then bombard you with questions. You have no choice but to lie if you want to get your citizenship. You know what I mean? They're like, ma'am, have you ever helped anyone enter the United States illegally? I'm like, what? Not yet. I'm waiting for my citizenship. I thought that's why I was here. You know? Like, have you ever been a habitual drunkard? I'm like, have you ever been married? Like, do some fucking research. Of course, I'm drunk now. I'm drunk now, you know? And this one stumped me. They were like, have you ever been involved in a terrorist group or a guerrilla gang? I'm like, what? Now here's the thing, I would love to know statistically, how many terrorists, I don't know, just call a number that you think were arrested during that process. You know what I mean? Like, they feel the need to continue asking that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because realistically, who is saying, oh my God, what? Yeah. Like, is this going to affect me? I didn't think you were going to. Mom, I have a bomb in my fucking car. Like, how does this work? Who's saying that? Nobody. And then I discovered that the 50 stars represent the 50 states. And I was like, mind blown. I was like, what? 50 stars? 50 white stars? I don't know. All these stars are white. I don't, not one black fucking star. I know, right? Usually people tell me, they're like, why do you not just do that joke in February? I'm like, listen. Not one. I'm like, damn, no BLM? Not with the flag, I guess. But could we also agree not every state has star-like qualities? Could we just, who's grading these fucking states? Who graded these states? Like, some states barely deserve a smiley face. You know what I'm saying? Like barely. I think we should use emojis. That was late, but I like that. I think we should use emojis for states. Let's just call it as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Maine, we should use a lobster. So you'd look at the flag, you're like, shit, that's Maine, I've been there. Wyoming, we should give them, this emoji. Like, am I even a fucking state? Like, why am I in this lineup? Like, why am I here? You know? And then Florida. Listen, I've been living here a long time. I think they deserve the head that explodes. You know that fucking head? Poof. My name is Cindy, and you guys have been amazing.
That's for sure. Are you having a good time? Yes, thank you so much for coming to Villain Theater. We had a really tough year, so all of you are considered our sugar daddies for tonight. Thank you so much for your patronage, getting us through this pandemic, all that good stuff. If you're interested in taking classes here, we are also a training center. We have 4 levels of improv acting, and we have a 5-for-5 stand-up comedy writing workshop class. So if you watched Cindy Ann and you thought, hey, I could do that, you probably can. Join the community, and we will connect you with a stage and plenty of opportunities. How we doing over here? You guys are so chatty. Woo! Let's get drunk together. You know, tonight I'm gonna get wasted because I'm hosting for the incredible Monique Marvez. Come on. And tomorrow night I'm gonna get wasted because the night before I hosted for the incredible Monique Marvez. So please join me in getting